Hi everybody, it's Mimi, and as promised, I'm going to show you what I eat in a day to help me get under 200 pounds. What I eat in a day. So I'll be showing you typical things that I eat in a day. I'm not a nutritionist, a nurse, or a doctor. I'm just telling you what I'm doing now and what is working now for me, and I'm sure it will be subject to change. Here we go. First, the morning. Okay, so now I have the water for my oatmeal. And it's Nature's Promise organic Irish style steel cut oats, which I absolutely love. And I'm dealing with one hand because the other hand is holding the camera. Yeah, so trying to get this done and listen to the sound effects. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, make sure it's supposed to be. And so I'm going at it and making sure I have my Pickwell blueberries, which are really good, and very good source of fiber. I'm looking forward to the taste. They're big and juicy, and I gotta rinse them out. Got to rinse them out. Well, you know, like to thaw them. Yeah, de-thaw them. Thaw them, actually. So that's that. And again, dealing with one hand. Only dealing with one hand. It's a bit of a hassle. It's a bit of a hassle. Yeah, there I go. There I go. Yeah, and I'm going to put that, run some water over that. There you go. Beautiful. And let's see, then checking on my oatmeal, and it's okay. I've soaked it just a little bit to make the texture better, and I am putting it on high, of course, so I can make my oatmeal. And it's so good. I really love it. I truly do, and it's very good for lowering your cholesterol. It's very healthy, very much. And so now it's bubbling along at a really nice rate. I absolutely love it. And I have to have it simmer, and it's just looking really good. Really, really looking good. And it's getting closer to time for it to be done. I put my little trusty spoon in. And let's see. Looking good. Now it's going slower because it's getting closer to being ready. And turn off the dial. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And so the blueberries are rinsed a second time because it's kind of icy when you pull it out the refrigerator. So that's looking good and getting closer to the time when I can turn it off. I put my trusty spoon in there, checking the texture of it. And is it time to put the cover over it? I don't think so. Let's see. I think it's getting time, close to that time where it's going to be finished. Yes, and I'm putting the top on the plate, and that's real nice. And I'm going to remove it from the hot burner, even though I've turned it off. Yeah, turned it off. And just remove it from the heat. So it'll be on a cooler, unused burner. Yes. And so now I'm going to be scooping that out, and it's kind of good that maybe you can't hear it, the sound effect of it so bad, because it is kind of loud. I didn't know that it was going to come so loud, and I guess I'll do it differently. And no, I'm not going to add Campbell's soup. I'm going to add sugar, as you will see. I store sugar in that. See, a little bit of sugar there, and I'm going to put it on, come on, one arm. Using one arm, and the other arm is for the camera. Here you go, here you go, there you go. That's gonna be so good. I'm getting hungry just looking at it, actually. I am, yeah, mixing it in, and then I'm gonna put the blueberries in. Yes. So they had been rinsed for about like 3 times to get the ice off of it, so it'll be really good. and putting it together. It's about maybe a cup of blueberries, maybe a half cup of blueberries. Really loved it. It's one of my favorite ways to make oatmeal, steel cut oats with some blueberries. And I'll be putting other fruits. I'm going to experiment with other fruits, of course. So close to eating time. And in the next frame, you will be seeing it at the table with the blueberries and the water. And I'm telling you, it is really good. Just listen. Mmm. Okay, so that was a wonderful breakfast, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so now we're going to look at what lunch was. So my husband had boiled 4 eggs, 2 for himself and 2 for me. So now I'm going to crack the eggs, peel them. And my lovely healthy fast food, which is frozen vegetables, which you can boil, microwave, or saute, which I'm actually going to saute. And very little calories, like very, very little bit of calories. 25 calories a serving. Come on, guys, hard to beat that. And my wonderful jasmine, oh my God, I love this. This jasmine rice is so, guys, I love that. I love that brand, and I love jasmine rice. It tastes so good, and it's very subtle. It's a subtle taste. So I'm adding it, of course, as you can see. Then I have the water, put a little bit of water in it, and I really love it. It's easy for me to cook. I don't have a problem with it. So getting ready to put it on, and I'm actually enjoying the prep. It's not a whole lot to it, and I'm enjoying it. It's interesting because I used to, again, that fast food mentality. So I'm getting ready to saute my wonderful vegetables that I love, and I really do like that blend. It's one of my favorite blends, but there are many different types of blends, Fiesta blends, California blends, Asian blends, and so forth. And yes, the extra virgin olive oil, or you could just use pure olive oil or virgin olive oil. It all is a little bit different. So I'm getting ready to saute it, just adding a little bit, and it's going to be really, it adds a flavor. And I enjoyed, and there I go with my one hand. Check out my rice is coming along really good. Got the oil in the pan, again, with one hand. Delicious crunchy sound. I actually enjoy it. So this recording will allow it to come through as I talk over it. It's nice, crunchy. I love the sound effects, and that, oh, that rice is, yeah. Now I'm gonna simmer it. And believe me, it smells so good. The jasmine rice, and then I'm starting with the sauteing of the vegetables. So I wanted to make sure you could hear that sizzle because it's wonderful, and believe me, it smells so good. And so now the fragrant jasmine rice with a little bit of pinch of salt. I've sliced the eggs. I'd hoped to do it more decoratively, but you know, it is what it is, and I was hungry. So not so decoratively, but definitely good. And then the fragrant, wonderful sauteed cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots, sliced carrots. And that is so good, and I'm looking forward to eating that. And yes, I'm trying to, again, one hand, one on the I had switched hands and I'm using my right hand because, you know, works better for me, and holding the camera with the left hand. And I love even the looks, the little marks on the vegetables from being sauteed. I think that's so beautiful and appetizing. Okay, so here I am putting a little turmeric on it. And I really like turmeric because it adds flavor without the use of salt or fat or sugar. It's a lovely plant and it helps if you have issues with inflammation, apparently. But it tastes very good. It's flavorful and satisfying and not salty. And yes, I'm really happy about that lunch. I mean, breakfast, lunch. Here I am. It's lunch. I'm sorry, guys. It's lunch. Breakfast was the oatmeal. Crunchy and wonderful. Oops. Don't do this at home. Yummy. Very satisfying. I apologize for the smacking, but it was so good. I loved it. Nourishing and nutritious. All right, guys, so that was the lunch, and I got to tell you, I really, really loved it. It was filling, it was satisfying, it was nutritious, it was flavorful. But actually, the dinner was my favorite part, and that's coming up next. And it was actually something very simple. It was one item, but I loved it so much. And here it comes. And here it is, this beautiful, beautiful spudsy potato. And I'm heating it to 425, though I was encouraged to do it at 450. And here's the pan. Got dressed up. We're going to put this beautiful silver number on you, honey. And we are going to fit it to you real nice. You're going to be gorgeous today, tonight, dinner time. Yes, this evening. And now we got the rack. And then my beautiful, beautiful potato, which I have cut all through with a knife, but you can't see it, but that's so that the steam will come out. And that prevents it from exploding, even though they don't always explode. Sometimes they do, and you just want to let the steam come out. I'm trying to show you because you can't really see it, but you'll see it later. And here we go. We're getting ready to go into the club, girl, the hottest spot in town. You're going into the Club Lovin'. And you will be partying, honey. It's the hottest spot in town. And you are on the list. You're going to the VIP room. Very important potato. Yes, that's right. Party, because it's going to be wonderful. Yes, it will. And so it's about 25 minutes later, and I'm going to pull it out of the oven, and I'm going to put olive oil on it. And I can't show you that because I wasn't able to do it with one hand doing it and the other hand recording it. But you can see the marks on it where I had cut into it with the knife. So you can see that after it's been cooking for a little while, about 25 minutes. And now I put olive oil on it and some salt. I put olive oil and a little pinch of salt on either side, both sides. And her back in the club, so she's all dolled up, you know, so to speak. And she's going to be quite a treat. And look, see, now you can really see it. And it looks really done. And watch what I do. So I squished it, and it lets you know that it's cooked. It's thoroughly cooked. I feel like weeping with joy. It's so beautiful and it tastes so good, guys. So it's really good, and honestly, I just want to eat it with my fingers. I'm really just a pita style, but without all the gratuitous noises. Well, I do provide a little bit, but I don't go overboard with it. At least I don't think that I do. Oh my goodness, it's so good though, guys. It is so good. Oh. Yummy. So that last one, that potato, it was just one potato. That's what I had for supper, my dinner. Guys, it was so good. I loved it so much. Looking at it now, again, editing it and looking at it, I think I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make one for myself and for my husband. I love it. It was good. It didn't have any milk, any butter, just olive oil and a pinch of salt. Maybe a little bit of, what is that stuff called? Turmeric? Maybe a little bit of that, maybe, but I don't think so. And guys, it was so good. It was the best. And so that is what I eat in a day to help me lose weight and be under 200 pounds and smash my goals. And there's going to be other times. It's not the only things that I eat, but that gives you an insight on what I eat. And I'm not as hungry as I used to eat. When I was eating fast food, I would want larger amounts, burgers, hot dogs, cakes, stuff like that. But with smaller amounts of food, I find that I'm satisfied, and I'm losing weight, and I'm so happy, guys. And I'll be sharing more things with you. So thank you for coming along with me. I hope it's entertained, educated, uplifted, delighted. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share the video because it helps my channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Thank you.